In this module, we will be talking about the various applications of the normal distribution. And using these applications, we will also find out the probabilities for certain values of our random variable. Let's take the first example, where Aldridge et al. Studied 529 normally developing children between the ages 8 to 15 years. And each of these children wore a device that's named as uptimer. And they were monitored continuously for a 24-hour period. And this 24-hour period included a typical school day. So the researchers found that the amount of time children spent in an upright position followed a normal probability distribution, with its mean value 5.4 and the standard deviation as 1.3 hours. So assuming these findings applies to all the children age 8 to 15, our interest is to find the probability that children selected at random spends less than 3 hours in the upright position in the 24 hours period. So from here, first of all, we have to identify that what is our event of interest or variable of our event of interest. Moreover, since we already know that our random variable follows the normal probability distribution, so we need to identify the values of mean and the standard deviation, which are the two parameters of the normal probability distribution. So in this situation, our variable of interest is that the child selected at random spends less, the amount of time a child spends in an upright position, with their mean as 5.4 hours and the standard deviation as 1.3 hours. So n for this experiment is 529, which is the sample size. So assuming that these finding applies to all the children, if we are interested in finding out the probability that the child selected at random spends less than 3 hours in the upright position, then our x will be 3. Then z score with this given information will be x minus mu over sigma, which is 3 minus 5.4 divided by 1.3. And our value for the z score turned out to be minus 1.85. Now, if we want to find out the probability that x is less than 3, which will be equals to probability that z less than minus 1.85. So here we go. First of all, we will draw a normal curve. As we know that mean for the random variable x is 5.4, therefore at this line of symmetry, mu is 5.4 and the sigma is 1.3. So we want to find out the probability for 3 or less. Hence z is minus 1.85, and as soon as we convert our x into a z score, our mean or the point of symmetry will become 0 with standard deviation 1. And as in the original situation, we are interested in knowing the probability of less than 3.0. It will be the same as finding the probability that z is less than minus 1.85. Hence, using the table for the cumulative probabilities, since z score is minus 1.85, so we will firstly look at minus 1.8 and we'll go all the way to 0.05. And here you will notice that the area below minus 1.85 is 0.0322. And hence, we get this probability right here that any child that is randomly selected will sit less than 3 hours in an upright position. And the chances are 3.22%. Let's take another example where the 5 subjects over the period of 30 days were followed. And each day, their breed samples were taken and analyzed. So the interest was that for a subject A, a 27-year-old female, the ammonia concentration in parts per billion followed a normal distribution. Here, our X will be the ammonia concentration in parts per billion, which follows the normal probability distribution. So this is how we can write that X follows the normal distribution with its mean 491 and its standard deviation 119, or the variance 119 square. Our interest is to find out the probability that on any random day, the subject's ammonia concentration is between 292 and 649 parts per billion. So this can be written as probability of X between these two values. So to find out this probability, we firstly convert X into Z. And it will have, since X has two values, so I will call 292 as X1 and 649 and X2. Hence, X1 will be equals to, Z1 will be equals to X1 minus mu divided by sigma. And in this situation, it will be 292 minus 491, which is the mean, and 119 as the standard deviation. And the Z value will turn out to be 1.67. Hence, Z1 will be 1 minus 1.67. Then we need to find out the Z-score value, which we call here as Z2, will be equals to X2 minus mu over sigma, where X2 is 649 minus the mean, which is 491, and the standard deviation 119, and this value will become 1.33. And if we need to find out the probability between these two limits, we will firstly find this area and also this area and subtract the smaller area from the larger. So here we go. We find the probability from minus infinity to 1.33, which will give us the larger area, and we will subtract this smaller area, which is from minus infinity to minus 1.67, and hence the value turned out to be 0.8607. Therefore, that subject's ammonia concentration, the probability that subject's ammonia concentration is between 292 and 649 is 0.8607. In the third example, we know that in example 1, if we talk about that the population of 10,000 children described, then the question is that how many would you expect to be upright more than 8.5 hours? Here, we firstly need to find out the probability of being in the upright position more than 8.5 hours. And if we need to find out the probability for more than 8.5 hours, we are actually interested in this area. And the probability of this area will be obtained as the total area, which is 1, subtracting the cumulative area that is less than 8.5, which will be 0.9913. Hence, the probability of being in the upright position more than 8.5 hours is 0.0087. And if we need to find out the numbers, we just simply multiply this probability by the total n. And we found out that 87 of them will spend more than 8.5 hours in an upright position. So the normal probability distribution is, as we know, is a widely known distribution and widely applicable distribution. Normality of the random variable of interest is one of the very important properties that we seek when we perform inferential statistical methods. Thank you.